Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's Breakout Bag Lunch. Happy Friday. It is December 12th, 2025. And I'm happy to say that we have another green day on our hands, not just on this Topstep combine, but also on an Apex account that I bought this morning. So that's one new change. I decided to experiment a little bit. I'm going to trade on Apex as well as Topstep. But on Apex, I'm going to use full mini contracts and see how that works. Of course, I'm going to do so with strict risk management. On the Topstep Combine, I'm just going to continue to use the micros, but I'm going to see how things play out when I try using micros and minis. I'm going to look to take the same trades on both. As you can see on the screen, we are looking at a profit of $150.58 on the Topstep account. It's going to be hard to show you the TradeAvate account at the same time, but on there we have a profit of a little over $500. We had a losing trade at the beginning of the day and a winning trade. I'm going to go over all the trades that I took, and then I'm going to do a little retrospective and talk about my next steps in terms of trading. Let's get into it. First trade of the day was this, a break and retest of the high of the 5-minute opening range. As you can see, this one did not work out so well. We had a really strong break here, and it looked like the retest was pretty good. We had this hammer candle. I guess this is a doji candle here. Not exactly a doji, but I was thinking that since we got a nice breakout in this hammer candle, we would see a continuation at least up to the 6,900 level. But the most frustrating thing happened just a couple minutes later. We had this random giant red candle just appear. And because of that, I thought to myself that, there wasn't any more momentum left to the upside. And so I sold and I took a loss on that trade. I took a loss on this account, and I also took the same trade on the Apex account. On the Apex account, it was a loss of about $400. Don't remember how big the loss was here on the Topstep account, but in any case, I was able to make up for it later in the trading session because the downward momentum continued. We had this very strong break of the low of the 5-minute range later on. Then we had this little retest with a very strong rejection that I bought here. Well, I didn't buy, I shorted here, and then I covered my shorts down here, which is about like a 1-to-1 trade. Yeah, I was very nice. The MES hit my profit target pretty quickly, and it's always great when it happens. I didn't take the same trade on the Apex account though. If I did, that would have been really nice. The trade I took on the Apex account, the other trade, was on ES. Again, I don't have the supply and demand zones drawn here on Topstep X, but if you go to a higher time frame, you'll see that in this area here, we had a sharp move up. This is just based on yesterday. So in terms of a reversal trade, I was looking for longs if we got strong bullish price action in this area again, which we did. I was actually looking at this trade. I was looking at the 15-minute chart. I analyzed the trade using the 15-minute chart. Since we had all these wicks and we had this hammer candle here, I decided to get long. Profit target was this halfway point here, halfway of this candle. And I didn't want to get greedy and set my profit target all the way up to this 6,900 level, because that's not realistic. Fortunately, the trade did play out in my favor. I wish I had taken this trade on the Topstep account as well. I like to this trade on the Apex account, but that's okay. Profit's profit. I'm not complaining, and it was a really nice trade to take. The nice part is that I just set my stop loss, set my limit order to sell, and I just walked away. I didn't even have to do anything. I didn't monitor or babysit the trade at all. It's always great when that happens. Okay. Now let's talk about gold. The trades I took for gold are similar. On GC, we had, and we did have a really clean break and retest of the high of the opening range. If we go and draw the opening range, a 5-minute opening range, and so this was the 5-minute opening range. So we had this nice break, we had a retest. I decided it was good to take a trade on a retest because once we got back into this high of the 5-minute opening range, we had a bullish reaction. We had this big green candle, where the high of this green candle was above the highs of the previous 3 candles. And then we had this nice hammer candle here, but once after we continued higher for a couple of minutes, we just dropped like a rock. And so I sold. I didn't sell at a loss, I just sold at a small profit. And it was just concerning because we had this high here, and then we had this lower high here, and then very strong movement down. So I thought to myself, well, if we are really going to go higher, then I probably want to see more confirmation before staying in a trade. And if we get good, strong bullish price action, I can always get back in and go long. It was a good thing I did get out of that trade because gold just drops like a rock, man. Gold always does this, or at least a lot of the times. It's just very strong movements either up or down. Once I saw we broke the low, the 5-minute opening range, we had a little bit of a retest here. I got short. My profit target was hit here, actually. I think for gold, what I might want to do is maybe do like a 2-to-1 risk reward, just because it moves so quickly. That might be a better idea, because I could have made a ton more money. And I know it's not always good to think that way, but just knowing the movement of gold, it might be better to hold on to winning trades for longer, just because it moves so much. All right. In terms of next steps, now that I've reviewed all the trades, I'm going to do a little retrospective to end the trading day and the week. Like I just mentioned, based on the gold trade, I think for gold specifically, I'm going to increase my take profit areas so that I'm accounting for the actual volatility in gold. In general, even for ES, what I did was I covered my short, all my short MES contracts once my price target, my take profit was hit. But what I think I should do is just cover one contract, or if I'm in a bullish entry, I'll sell one contract and then hold the other contract for a little bit longer to make that one possible 2-to-1 or 1.5-to-1 trade, and just move up the stop loss. So it's basically a free trade at that point. Otherwise, I'm going to go back to my original sizing on a Topstep account. I'm going to go back to 4 micros, see how that goes. And like I mentioned to you all, I'm going to trade on Topstep and Apex simultaneously and see which trading combine or trading evaluation I can pass more quickly. Of course, I'll keep you updated on all the steps. If you have any comments or suggestions, please let me know. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Otherwise, hope you all had a great trading day as well, and have a great weekend. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.